Before we start, I apologize. I'm still recovering from some germite at Muskegon getting me sick, so please bear with me in this video. But I just wanted to make this video talking about something that is a very important subject because I've been warning people about this for a while because I've seen the signs of what is going on with the MCU. And now the mastermind himself behind the MCU, Kevin Feige, is basically confirming everything that we feared was going to be happening with the future of this franchise, and that is that they are completely retconning everything about what this franchise has done in the past, and now they are pushing more and more woke nonsense in the future for the MCU, and that is exactly what Kevin Feige has basically confirmed here in this article that we're going to be taking a look at. Kevin Feige confirms Secret Invasion series set during the blip, suggesting upcoming MCU retcon. Now, there are some people that might not find this that big of a deal, but it is a very big deal because this just goes in line with every other franchise that is currently coming out right now, where they're continuing to retcon the past, they're continuing to retcon the legacy of so many different franchises, stories, and everything else, and all of that is stemming from a neo-Marxist agenda, because that is exactly what Marxism is all about. It is about destroying history, it is about destroying legacy, and building something new and ugly, and honestly just really terrible from the ashes of those things. And we have seen this with Lucasfilm and with Disney, with Star Wars. We are seeing it with Rings of Power, with the new Lord of the Rings show, and Halo. All of these are recent examples of this type of insanity that is currently going on, and it looks like the MCU is about to be retconned itself by its very own maker, Kevin Feige. In the latest example of the Marvel Cinematic Universe slowly turning into a muddled mess of conflicting storylines and creators, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has confirmed that the upcoming Secret Invasion series will take place during the blip, despite the fact that its lead character, Nick Fury, was a clear victim of Thanos' initial snap. And already, like right there, that is such an obvious, complete confliction right there with what we know about Nick Fury from what we saw at the end of Infinity War, where he basically was snapped out of existence, and then now we're seeing him at this point where he is apparently alive during the blip. So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and they don't really seem to be caring about that because it is all about, and I guarantee you one thing about Nick Fury and this show: if this show does have Nick Fury as the centerpiece of the show, he isn't going to actually be the centerpiece. He is probably going to be eventually replaced by some female character within the show, just as we have seen with pretty much everything else that Marvel has been putting out, where all these legacy male characters are now being replaced by female counterparts. We're seeing it with, Thor: Love and Thunder. We're seeing it with She-Hulk, and honestly, I don't even mind. I actually like She-Hulk from the comics pretty well, but the fact is that they are using her to basically replace and put down and belittle Hulk, and it's happening with so many other properties in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. So, and honestly, it's a shame because this could have been something really cool, because I would love to see something that is taking place during the blip. I think that would be very interesting to kind of explore what the chaos of that world is like during the blip. But unfortunately, it's probably not going to be very good. Let's just put it that way. Though further details on the series plot have been all but non-existent since it was initially announced at Disney's 2020 Investors Day presentation, Feige provided a confusing update on the upcoming Disney Plus show. Speaking to potential partners alongside Jackson, Feige confirmed that Secret Invasion would take place during the blip when half of the universe was decimated by Thanos, and will explore the events that happened in that period. Unfortunately, as longtime MCU aficionados may have already realized, this plot detail runs afoul of one of the most significant points of the franchise's canon. namely, as noted above, the fact that Fury, as well as Mariah Hill, who is also confirmed to appear in Secret Invasion, was dusted at the end of Avengers Infinity War thanks to Thanos' Infinity Stone-fueled victory. While such a plot hole would be easy to close with the reveal that the snapped versions of Fury and Hill were LMDs, a separate pair of Skrulls, or even Mephisto, no matter which direction Marvel chooses to go, it's clear that the Secret Invasion will require a massive retcon in order to explain its placement in the timeline. And that is, of course, exactly what we are continuing to see happen with everything that is happening with the MCU. It is all about retconning the past in order to pave way for a new future for the MCU that is going to be very terrible, very woke, and that is what we can look forward to as they continue to do so with the MCU. And honestly, I don't have a problem with introducing new characters into the MCU. That is not where my problem lies with this. My problem lies with the fact that they are doing so at the sake of destroying and belittling and, making less of all of the heroes that came before. And this is exactly the same playbook that they have used for Star Wars and so many other franchises where and Halo is another great recent example of this, where we see all of these characters that people love, that fans love, that people want to see more of, and they are put down and made basically into a complete joke. So one of the Russo brothers also said this about Kevin Feige. Part of Kevin Feige's brilliance is that there isn't really a plan. There's an idea, but you can't have a plan if the movie you make tanks. There's no plan after that. But honestly, I think this is part of the plan. I think they know exactly what they're doing with this. It isn't all just willy-nilly. They haven't gotten this far in the MCU without some sort of structure and plan and idea what they are doing. And now all of that is being thrown out the window as they continue to push the MCU into a new and woke direction. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.